By the end of this lesson, you will exactly know how to create a perfect prompt for your AI agent. So make sure to watch this video to the end, and with all that being said, let's get started. So generally, from this section so far, we know why prompting matters and the two ways to create prompts. So it's time to actually know how to build a prompt. And to begin with, I would like to discuss with you main types of agents, because it's important to actually know that we've got different AI agents. So the first one is tool-based agent that is designed to work with specific tools or APIs. So example, an agent that fetches crypto prices and runs technical analysis. We've created technical analysis AI agent in this course, but this is the agent that operates the extensions and then it does operations that you say, okay? So for an example, like you've got the agent that schedules the meetings inside your calendar, or even sends emails, saves the data inside Google Sheets. So that's the main point. Actually, this agent is based on the tools. However, we've got other agents types, such as creative agents, so used for generating text, images, or video. So we've got actually a lot of them. All of these types inside the course, inside some automations. But this is the huge difference. Let's say tool-based agent and creative agent. Because this agent is generating text, once again, images or video, an agent that creates block drafts or AI-generated images. And the third example of agent, and by the way, these are the most popular ones, is instruction following agent. So rely on clear, and we've got your X, your task is Y, respond in Z format style prompts. Example, a support chatbot that always replies in a set structure. Even it can be the agent that replies yes or no, okay? Or just, I don't know, like specific sentence you give him. And why it's important to know that we've got different types of agents? Because knowing which type of agent you're building will help you decide what to include in your prompt. Because the next thing, we've got our perfect formula for creating the prompts. However, for not all agents, all types of agents, we'll be using, for example, tools. Let's say notes, example output, okay? So let's say for agent that doesn't have any tools, you won't be using tools inside. So that's why it's important to know which agent you are creating. But from the total beginning, we've got 6 parts of perfect formula. The first one is role purpose. The second is capabilities. The third is tools. The fourth, interaction style. Next, we've got example output. And at the end, we've got the notes. And in this video, we'll cover all of these components, what they do, how to create them, how to write them, and so on and so on. But right there, for an example for the beginning even, you've got the example of the prompt created for AI agent. So what we have, we've got the purpose. So this assistant generates detailed natural language image prompts for AI image generators. It creates. We've got a description. So this is the purpose role. Capabilities, design unique image prompts with precise character actions and setting details. Include props like kitchen tools or common household items for realism. Specify natural warm lighting and depth of field to enhance storytelling, blah, blah, blah. We've got interaction style, so write in a clear, rich descriptive language, avoid headings or instructions in the output, and so on. At the end, we've got example output. And this is the prompt I've created for, I guess, like we've created some cat videos, like automation to create cat videos in the course. So basically, this is the formula I've created here, and it worked perfectly. So it gave me that, like, it was giving me great prompts. But the point is, look here, I used only 4 parts out of 6. So for an example, I didn't have notes. I didn't have here the tools because this agent didn't use tools, or I didn't need to provide specific notes. So this is the point. Every time when you're creating your agent, you don't need to use specific, like all of the components of the perfect formula, maybe only some of them. Also, you may occur like different names for these, I don't know, these parts. So instead of role purpose, you may see overview. Also, I've used it in other videos. Instead of capabilities, you may encounter, I also used how it works. So how it works instead of capabilities. Interaction style, how it responds, okay? So this is the point, bearing in mind. But let's move on then. And the first thing I want to cover is role and purpose. So it's pretty important. You need to give a role to AI. Um, so instructions how it should behave. So the role tells the AI who it is supposed to be. The purpose tells the AI why it exists and what its main job is. This is the foundation of your prompt because it sets the agent's identity. How to write it? Be specific. Don't just say you're an assistant, say you're a professional crypto analyst assistant. So just give it a role. When you have, let's say, agent that, I don't know, schedules the tasks for you, like sends an emails, you can say you're a professional executive assistant and so on. So, content and connect role with task. So explain what the agent must do. Example, your job is to analyze a given trading symbol and provide insights. Keep it short but clear. Usually 1 to 3 sentences is enough. So we've got an example from day trader a agent. Purpose. You're a professional day trader. Based on the candle data and sentiment analysis provided below, give one clear trading recommendation: buy, sell, or hold. So this purpose is nicely structured, really well created. So we've got all information we need. Additionally, when it comes to categories, so as I said, like components of the formula, I like to use some highlighting, I don't know, signs, if that makes sense. So here we can use hashes, if that makes sense. So for an example, I'm using asterisks at the both sides. However, you can use hashes. I've seen like people also use, what else, dashes here, so to make it clear. But mostly I use this format. However, also you can use hash or so instead of asterisk. It's your choice. But it becomes really clear. So if we go here, like, look, it becomes clear. So this is the first section, second, third, fourth, and so on. Okay, let's move on. The second thing is capabilities. So this section describes what the agent is able to do, its core skills and strengths, how to write it, focus on what the agent can achieve, not how it uses tools. So for the tools, we've got other section. Write each capability as a short, clear bullet point. Keep it practical and related to the agent's role purpose. So we've got capabilities. Design unique image prompts with precise character, actions, and setting details. Include props like kitchen tools or common household items for realism. Actually, this is the example from this specific case. So we've read it, but we've got here all of the information. So specify natural warm lighting and depth for field to enhance storytelling. So these are capabilities. And I don't want to stay for that long for each category, for each component, because you can stop the video right now, you can read it, understand it more comprehensively, and also later we'll just refine our knowledge, we'll create the instructions live, so we'll learn it exactly how it works. The third component is tools. So this section explains which external tools, data sources, or APIs the agent can use and how they fit into its workflow. How to write it: think of tools as the equipment the agent has in its toolbox. So be clear about what the tool is and when the agent should use it. Don't overload the list, only include the tools that are essential for the task. So we've got the tools: web search, so use this tool to find the latest articles or papers; PDF researcher, so use this tool to analyze uploaded documents; summarizer tool, so use this tool to condense long text into key points. Another example, we've got FAQ database, use this tool to answer common customer questions. Order lookup, use this to check the status of customer orders. You may have like the tool for sending an email, so we just say use this tool to send an email, to give a label. Maybe you've got Google Sheets, so use this tool to save the data into, and so on and so on. Pretty simple. The fourth case, what we have is interaction style. So this section defines how the agent should communicate, its tone, level of detail, and overall personality when responding. How to write it: think of interaction style as the agent's voice. Decide whether it should sound professional, friendly, casual, technical, persuasive. Keep it consistent so users always get the same experience. Example, actually this is not the interaction style, so let me change it. Okay, so we are back and we've got the example from a LinkedIn post machine a agent, and this example is pretty comprehensive. So we've got interaction style just broken down into writing style and language patterns. So for an example, conversational, write like you are talking to a friend. confident, avoid hedging or passive language. When it comes to language patterns, we've got something like use you to speak directly, use active voice, vary sentence length for rhythm, and so on and so on. But this is the interaction style. Let's move on. We've got example output, which is optional. So this section shows the agent what a good response looks like by providing examples. You give the AI a pattern to follow, which makes its answers more consistent and accurate. How to write it? Think of this as giving the AI a sample homework solution. Show it the exact structure, formatting, and tone you want. You don't need a long example, just one or two clear outputs are enough. And there are some examples from only one video. So ASMR plus VO3 video, and we had two agents. So the first one is prompt AI agent, and the second one is video AI agent. And I wanted to bring two examples because they differ a lot. So for the first agent that was responsible to create a prompt, we've got the example output, which is the actual prompt itself. So example prompt: a crystal clear glass mango rests on a cool slate cutting board under soft top-down studio lights. Its amber and orange hues glow slightly as lights, and so on and so on. But for the video agent, we've got other different sample output, like example output, which is a JSON object. A JSON format response. So here we've got example 1, object, glass apple, caption, glass apple, ASMR, example 2, example 3. So that's the point, that you can create different example output formats, okay? Maybe you wanna have something like example format, which is only type yes or no, like in the response, okay? So basically you can use different example outputs. And the last thing, the last component, which is also optional, is notes. So this section includes any extra guidance or reminders that help the agent work better. Notes are optimal for useful for edge cases, but useful for edge cases, exceptions, or small rules that don't belong in the main prompt. Think of notes as the fine print. Keep them short and clear. Just highlight anything the AI should always remember. So basically, I use prompts to just add some simple insights or some just guidance for AI when I'm just providing iterative, when I'm using iterative method, iterative prompting. So let's say I just tested the agent and it still does some bad things. It still like doesn't understand what I said. So then in the notes I say, okay, please only include, I don't know, up to 200 words inside the response. Or just remember to use tool X before tool Y, okay? So I use it for the specific case, however later you will see it. Also on the example, so we've got the notes: never promise discounts unless confirmed by the database. Always address the customer by name if provided. So, these are the notes, like some simple insights, so some simple guidance instructions for the agent, just additional sentences instructions. So if order information is missing, politely ask the user to provide it. Another case of notes: keep stories under 500 words. Avoid sensitive or political topics. Always end with a positive or imaginative twist. So yeah, these are the notes. And these were all of the components of our perfect formula. And remember, you don't need to use all of them. You can only use just some of them. As I had here, I only used 4 of them. But for now, you know how it looks like, how it works. And there's the point. In the next video, we are gonna cover step by step how to create them on the live example. So I will be creating an AI agent. I will be using iterative prompting to create the perfect prompt. And yeah, it will be really worth once again to just watch it, because it will show you how to do this in all of your AI agents in the future. So for now, once again, thank you for watching, and for sure watch the next video because it's pretty important. See you there.